We're live on Facebook, so let's greet everybody a happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us today. Just a special mention, we have a number of brand ambassadors in the room, and I think it's good to mention that we have brand ambassadors in the room in case our followers have questions and specific questions to our brand ambassadors and even fellow artists here. We're glad to have Brenda with us. Of course, the regular brand ambassadors, I mean, regular meaning have been helping us with in place of the sessions where John is today. We have Rick Anderson, we have Gabriel today, Buffy, and Sabine. And of course, the beautiful couple Giovanni and Letty from Italy. So without in case you don't notice, Gio is actually Superman today. He's got Superman. Okay, so
Okay.
over to you and Letty.
Thank you to all, and good morning, good evening, and good night over the world. Today is a little special day because it's the 29th of February, Thursday, last time in 1996. And next time, Thursday, 29th February, is in 2015 too. And or 2018. It's a big day. Today only 15 color charts today from watercolor chart is 7 grays, 6 blacks, and 2 whites. Starting with the pink grays, Albaro Calientes gray, Albaro Fresco, Joseph Warm Gray, Joseph Neutral Gray, Joseph Cool Gray, McCacken Black, James Black Red Green, James Black Blue Orange, Ivory Black, Lamb Black, Lunar Black, Gray Titanium, and 2 white, Chinese white and titanium white. Okay, I'm applying the syllab and explain. The 7 gray is a one with single pigment white 6 is gray titanium, and another 6 gray is mixed pigment. The 7 black, only 3 have a single pigment. Is ivory pigment black 9, lamb black is pigment black 6, lunar black pigment black 11, and 2 whites is 2 whites. The Payne's grays have 2 pigments, Alvaro 3 pigments, Joseph 3 pigments, McCracken black is a couple pigments, 7 pigments. The Janes have 1 or 2 pigments and 3 pigments. And the neutral black is not blue or brown, have a phthalo green, brown, blue shade, and pure crimson, and phthalo blue red shade transparent, pyrrole orange, and organic vermilion. The gray titanium, for example, it pushes towards yellow, not a high yellow range, but as above titanium. And the last is the lamb black, is the most opaque color in the chart. For example, in the syllab, sorry for my audio. Okay, apply the family gray. Okay. For example, all the gray and the white is in the center of the syllab. Apply the white. These 2 white, Chinese and titanium, and the black. Okay, all the black and the gray. Okay, comparing, for example, the 2 white, titanium white, and Chinese white. Okay. And to compare, for example, is change the pigment is all the two both is in series 1, but in titanium white is pigment white 6 and Chinese pigment white 4. Two both is no staining, non-granulating, and semi-transparent. Have two both excellent light fastness. A change a little point of luminescence is in titanium white. It starts in 96 and in Chinese white in 97. Is a little comparison. And the B point in the 5 in the range of blue is 5.42 and in Chinese white is 3.48.
Was the third color in that up above those the two whites? Was that buff titanium?
Sorry, I have a little echo.
On the C lab,
Yeah.
there were 3 colors. There was the Chinese white.
And the
Titanium
the other
white.
one is the buff titanium. Yes.
It is buff titanium. Okay.
Yeah.
When you show those whites and the colors next to them, is that mixing the white with those black colors, or
Okay.
could you go back to the whites and show
Yes,
the
Yeah.
Compare. Okay.
yeah, so the black colors next to that, is that mixing the whites with a black, or I'm not sure what I'm looking at?
This is the black you can see in this is the watercolor ground, the Mars black watercolor ground.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's only for the showing.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure what
the
I just wasn't
semi-transparent.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure what I was looking at. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and for example, compare the last color
Search and filter.
and the gray.
Gray.
Okay, selecting the gray titanium
Okay.
and one of, for example, Payne's blue gray,
Pen gray.
Payne's gray,
Yeah.
and show in compare. Okay, Payne grays and
Okay. Facciamo così.
okay. The gray titanium is a pigment white 6, similar to titanium white. And Payne's grays have a 2 pigment blue 29, pigment black 9. No staining gray titanium and low staining Payne's grays. Both color is granulating and semi-transparent, have an excellent light fastness. The luminescence is started 73 and is luminescence is 47, is more dark. If the near the blue is -5 and the gray titanium is 16.54. Okay. Is the gray titanium is more little red and Payne's gray is little blue. Okay, Ethel, go to show the brand ambassador.
In first. What does that mean? You don't need to count anything. I'll count it out to you or point out. Basically, we're set up to know that Shakespeare's writing in a particular form.
I think someone's mic is on. Just a gentle reminder to our friends here to would appreciate if you could switch off mic, and then if you have questions, of course, you're free to unmute your mic. Thank you. All right, so we now move on to first set of colors will be shared by Sabine, who,
Yes.
in case you're not aware, Sabine is from Switzerland, originally from Germany, but based in Switzerland. Okay, let's do the spotlight.
Okay. Good evening. And I have the colors I show you. So at first I have the Payne's gray. It's just a blue with a little bit black, and it seems like a bluish gray. And then I have the Alvaro's Cayenne gray, and it looks like a little bit brown in it. And the next one is the Fresco gray, and it seems to be a little bit violet. And then I have the Joseph Warm gray, and it's a really lovely gray for all basics pictures. And the next one, the last one, is the Joseph Neutral gray, and it's the darkest color I have in this 5. And so I can show you, I make it with little figures, so I can feel the color more with the dark and a little bit lighter. And this is the Alvaro and the Fresco gray, and this is the Warm gray, and this is the Neutral gray. And so I have painted the card, Paints gray, Alvaro's Cayenne gray, the Fresco gray, the Joseph Warm gray, and the Joseph Neutral gray. And so I have mixed together, and you see all the tones. And at this, after this, I make a picture, so I can feel the colors more. And here I use all the grays in that picture and paint together and take this out with a pencil. And so we can go to another brand ambassador, and I make this picture ready for you.
So pretty, Sabine.
Thank you.
Very nice.
We now have Rick Anderson's colors. Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. What's so much fun about today is using all of these grays and blacks and working and feeling how they work together and how they blend with the white. So I did just a real quick layering in of these colors: Payne's gray, ivory black, McLaurin black, which, like Gio said, there are 7 colors that make up the McCracken black. And if you look here, I put white with it, so the titanium white, so we can just see how that white blends in with that black, creates a really nice design there. Now, I'm not using the lunar black today, just these 4 and the titanium white. Now, what I also like to do before I paint anything is I like to take the colors that I'm going to use and lay them in, and so I can refer to the colors that are here when I'm working on a piece of work. And this is very loose. I added the white to each one of these so that, and I know the white's not easy to see, but you can just see the transition from each color down to the white. And here, these are just the colors by themselves, from darker down to lighter. And this really does make a wonderful reference tools if I'm working on something and I feel like I need a certain color or certain look, referring to this, and it just makes it easy. Now, I did a piece of work here ahead of time using all of the colors. And if you look carefully, a lot of this is wet on wet. The trees, limbs and all, they're pretty much after it had dried or almost dry, just to give the feeling of a landscape that's very loose, and how these patterns are created when you do, even using these neutrals, it can actually, you can create a beautiful piece of artwork. So I'm going to set this aside, and I have a sketch here. I have a black and white photograph in front of me. I'm just going to start laying in some colors. And again, looking at this area here, I'll decide what I want to do, how I want to put the sky in. I think the Payne's gray is really beautiful for a sky, and I'll work with a very wet on wet. Let me do a little misting here. I'll just lay this in. You can see if it's like a cloudy, stormy day. And I would want the sky to go all the way down. And these are trees here, and these are bushes. This is from a distance. I'll put a little bit more of the Payne's gray here. I like this big brush, this mop brush, because it really does fill up a lot of space. I think I will add, just testing this, some lamp black at the top here, just to blend in with that. Of course, that will dry lighter. Just gives it a nice contrast here. I can go back. Let's see what the ivory black looks like down here. If I want to just lay in some of these bushes, and I'll leave the structure for a little bit later, but you know, you can see the difference in the color here. Just totally different from there. So I will keep working on this. And Ethel, if you would like to go to the other ambassador.
Thank you, Rick.
You're very welcome.
Let's now have Fee.
Hi, everybody. My mixing cup here is smiling at you. Can you see it? So today I'm going to be sharing, I'm going to do a little pouring, but first I wanted to share this color palette, this muted color palette that, so this is the Payne's Gray and the McCracken Black, and you can see how cool the Payne's Gray is compared to the McCracken Black. You see that the difference? So each of these blacks have such beautiful properties. And then this is the phthalo turquoise mixed with some Payne's Gray. This is the transparent red oxide mixed with some Payne's Gray. And this is the Hansa yellow light mixed with a little bit of the transparent red oxide and Payne's Gray. So you can use Payne's Gray to get your colors super earthy. And then I also wanted to share really quick from my color book, something to use the C-Lab for, because we've been learning about the C-Lab. So that comparison chart that Gio showed earlier, where you pick a couple colors from the C-Lab, and then you hit compare colors. Did you guys know you can print that out, and then you can put it in your color books for reference? So here, I was able to print out different colors and then add my swatches. So just another way to use that learning tool. And yeah, really neat tool that John and the team at Daniel Smith worked out. So I'm going to be wetting my background and pouring. I don't know, Ethel, if you want me to start now or if you wanted to finish introducing everybody and then come back.
Let me see. We can have Gabriel, and then we go one round again. Yeah.
Okay.
You can just carry on, Buffy, with like how you want to do the swatching. We still have 3 minutes though, so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll just start. I'll start by just wetting an area with an angle shader brush. I'm using some dirty water so you can kind of see where I wet the background. And then I will pour some of these cool black colors to show you how they behave. For those of you that like to pour some backgrounds, or you want to add some atmosphere to your florals or your landscapes. So I wet my paper, I let those fibers open up a bit. And then I'm gonna start with Payne's Gray because it is just one of my favorite colors, and it's on my doc card as well. And it has some really neat ways of behaving. So, because it's really granulating and it's really cool. So it can definitely sub for a sky color. I use it a lot in cloud work. And then I'm going, as I move down, it does have a bit of a dry shift, so it's going to dry a little bit lighter than it looks now. And I'm going to go and pour another color. I'm just going to go ahead and connect this down. Sometimes I'll go right over my florals on the petals that are in a shadow, because I can clean those up later when I do my negative painting. And that way, when I'm pouring, there's pathways for the paint to travel and move down. But this next color we spoke of earlier, it has 7 pigments in it. So Daniel Smith is not one of those single pigment only brands. And this is that McCracken Black, and this is going to be super warm. So what a beautiful contrast to have the cool Payne's Gray and then this McCracken Black. And then maybe I'll come down here and just for fun, throw a third black in there. And then when you guys come back to me later, they'll be drying. And Lamp Black is one of our dark black. So that is an exciting color to use. But before I go, I did want to do one thing into this background too. Excuse my other brush. Okay. So I have to take the excess off really quick. Look at how already, remember when I poured it, how dark it was? And look at how it's already showing its colors. And I'm using rough paper, which is really exciting when you're using granulating color, because the rough paper showcases it so beautifully. Now I'm going to send some of these colors to play with each other, just so they can mix and mingle a little bit on the paper. And not too
I
worried
think we have
about.
a question here from Jerome. Jerome says, is the pattern on the paper it's like that because you are using all paper at the back of the paper, or what type of paper are you using?
This is Saunders Waterford High White Rough Paper. So that texture there is how textured the paper is. It has a little extra hills and valleys for the granulating color to settle into. If you haven't tried the rough paper, I really like Saunders Waterford Rough. I also like the Arches Rough. I'm going to pour the excess off. And the little bits that went over my flowers, I'm not too worried about those either, believe it or not, because I'm going to work those into my painting. Use them for shadow colors and that kind of thing. But really quick before it dries, I wanted to take just a little bit of the Chinese white and splatter that in so you can see how exciting it is. Look at it. If you want your painting to be more fun and you're stressing out too much about painting, do this. Just enjoy the pigment. Sometimes we get so caught up in the end result, we forget how amazing watercolor as a moving, living medium is. So that was the Chinese white and the buff titanium splattered. So as you guys go to other ambassadors, this will continue to dry and I'll start working on my flowers.
Thank you, Buffy.
Thank you.
Let's now invite Gabriel.
Hello. We have these little barns here, and the color in which I'm going to go over today is the Joseph Zavukovich Cool Gray. and the Jane's black, red, green, the Jane's black, blue, orange, the gray titanium, and the Chinese white. And I did have to use a little bit of this ivory black, just so that you could see the white. So let's look over here. And what we have this first little piece, and you can do these nice little design concepts by just using the Joseph Z Cool Gray. And look at what we have here, this lovely, nice, cool image. And then look how it compares next to it, the Jane's black, red, green. And so you can see the two there and compare it. And moving on, we've got down here the Jane's black, blue, orange right in here. And it's really lovely. It's not quite cool and it's not quite warm. And then look over here, we've got this gray titanium. And I failed to mention, I am painting on this tonal paper by Hans Mueller. Some of you enjoyed it last time when I brought it back. And so we've got two grays here, right? So this gray titanium, and look how lovely that image is. It just has like a sense of, of story, which is quite lovely, right? And then we have the Chinese white. The Chinese white is here in the sky. You can compare it by looking over here. Then we've got Chinese white on our roof, and then on the side, and a little bit down here. And the black, just so that I wasn't painting white on this gray, we have the ivory black. So if you have ivory black and you were thinking about maybe possibly getting these other colors, now I hope that gives you some clarity. Now seeing them really close here, they're so similar, right? But when we start partnering with Daniel Smith and painting things and start adding water into these pigments, we get this sense of difference, right? So come on back. I will do another piece in here. And let's see what Sabine has for us next.
Thank you, Gabriel. Sabine has progressed well.
Thank
Good,
you.
it's done.
I want to say thank you to all the other ambassadors. I learned so much from you. It's amazing which the colors and the combination and always your input. It's so much to me. Thank you so much. And I have painted my old barn, and so I create some trees. And when you go within the water, so it seems like very far away, and then you can set a ton in the foreground, and the old barn is much in the front. And so you can work a little bit. Maybe it's in the snow. Maybe it's a little bit winter. And so you can do some with a dry brush. You can do some like that. It's always nice when you have a foreground and you don't know what to do or what to create. You can do the dry brush. It's always a good idea. And so you can take some dark areas with the neutral gray, and so I make a little bit more for, so you can make some deep in the tan.
Sabina,
Yes.
we have a question here from, this is from Sandra. So for the flower piece there, are the white parts paper like that leave out or paint?
No, it's just the paper white. I go on it. I can show you. Wait.
Okay.
Yes, I can show you. I go inside with the, I used first, it's the paints gray. I go inside. And so it's all wet. And I make a little area more dark. So you can put something out. You need some color. And I need a paper and a little pencil, and I go in with the brush and I just take out.
Oh, there's lifting, right? What you're doing now is lifting.
Yes. I lift this, you say petals from the flower. I lift it just out, and you can go inside and lift here, and then you just work with dark and lights, and you can create and form, and it's so much fun.
Wow.
With the colors. And when you go around, you can set some darker gray around. And the other thing you can make, you can go with water inside and let it bloom. And so you can play a game with color and brushes.
Thank you, Sabine. That's very nice.
Oh, thank you. You're always welcome. Thank you so much.
And just before we have Rick again, I see Gio painting another jar, another glass. So let's put that on the spotlight. There. Do you want to share which colors are involved here?
Yeah, it's only one.
It's only one.
Lamb black stick is a monochromatics shade. Is a the lamb black is a very strong black. Is a unique opaque. It's perfect for the grisaille black background. Sorry, after the grisaille. This is my little exercise, and the result is after layer and layer is this. Is perfect for various quantity of the water, for create the light gray and covering perfect for strong black. And for this evaluate and apply after this, for example, little point of buff titanium, but only the lamp black, using a different quantity of water in sticks, obviously. And continue the exercise and apply layer and layer. This is my favorite black. It's not granulating and perfect for my background. Not using this black, for example, for covering the brown and the yellow, but in this case I use the neutral tint. And continuous. Thank you, Ethel. Thank you to all.
Thanks, Gio.
Yeah.
Now let's check Rick's piece.
Yeah.
He's doing a landscape. Oh, yeah,
Wow.
right, Rick.
Yes, I'm ready.
Now ready with the frame.
Always having a map with you really makes a big difference. And what's so neat about these colors is as they start to dry, we can really see the different values and how we can use each color referencing again the swatches here. And this is an important part for me right now because I'm going to start laying in more of the white. And I will take a little mister, just a little bit, to spray right over the sky because I want the sky here to, well, it looks pretty white there, but if I add to it with the white, it would just blend right in and push some of the other colors back a little bit.
That's amazing how far you have progressed on your painting in such a short period of time.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
it's
True.
absolutely gorgeous. Look at all the textures.
Well,
Rick,
it's-
what paper are you using again?
Oh, I'm using Fabriano Artistico cold press.
Beautiful work. My gosh.
And see, what I will do is I will focus. I did pen and ink for the structure and everything at the beginning. So I would have more hard edges, so to speak. But I want this building is an old building in Mississippi. It's painted white. And of course, over the years, the white wood will deteriorate and weather. And it really creates a lot of beautiful shapes and design and colors. I went back with the ivory black in the windows because I wanted that real deep. And I used the Payne's gray, that beautiful bluish color in here that blends with the other. And so if I want to extend this, let's see what the lamp black does in this area. Because I want it to come over a little bit. Now, still, there's some white in with this. So that's going to do it like a little canopy over. And then if I go back where I just put that and add a little bit of white, titanium white right in here, look how that just pushes that and blends right in nicely with it. It's not easy to complete a painting in this time period, but we can get a lot of effects and know where we're going as it starts to work and dry. And as I continue to work, now, I like the splatters. So that's really fun to do. I'll just take the white that's in the brush and tap it a little bit. And it will blend in with that and make that softer. So this is my progress for right now. I'll continue to work and put more definition into the structure. So hopefully by the time we come back, if we do, we'll be able to see how the structure has developed.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
So from this piece, let's move on to Buffy's floral piece.
So now it's very abstract, but
Mm.
I have it on, I put it on a little bit of an angle, and I'm just starting to add my flower centers. The inspiration, the flower reference is the prickly poppies that we have out here in the desert. I forget the proper name for them, but they have such cool and crinkled silhouettes. They're really fun to draw and paint. But as you can see, I've abstracted it quite a bit. So I'm just having fun putting these colors in and seeing how representational I need to be versus letting it be a little bit more on the abstract and just enjoying the painting and watching everything blend. And so
That's really beautiful, Buffy.
hi, Caroline. Thank you. I love painting white flowers. I just, from the color palette, it's inspired by a demo that I did where we just did some really loose flowers. And that's where I kind of came up with the color palette. But another color I really like to use in backgrounds is that one that Gabriel shared, the Jane's blue orange, the blue orange black, because since it has blue and orange in the pigment, you can drop in transparent red oxide and French ultramarine and get these really dynamic blacks, or darks, I should say, with your flowers. So always fun unlocking colors and seeing what they do.
I think you've all shown today the importance of negative space in the way we use our darks.
Hmm.
That's a good observation. Really good. And then a trick I've been playing with, guys, I don't know if you can see the little rainbows, but you take your brush and you break it up like a wash brush. You just kind of break it up a little bit. It really works when you have a synthetic. And then you can paint on the different colors and then just make some brush work. And so I was able to really just barely there add these little rainbow beams of the colors I'll be using on the flowers.
This is really what's amazing about our Thursday live. We have so many tips. Not just one artist sharing, but many artists sharing using the same palette or color family, but different approaches altogether. Right. Thank you, Buffy. Let's invite Gabriel.
All right. So, once we have our design, just like Caroline was talking about, working with positive and negative shapes. Now, I've done some muscle memory here. So my hand knows what to do. I know how to hold the brush. Here's even one last sketch. And so I'm going to use all of those colors now, like in one lovely painting. And so I can start cutting in, these lovely shapes, right? And so we've got this nice little dark coming on over here and some lovely trees back in there. I like to have one of these old brushes that have just been treated like a redheaded stepchild. And I can go in here and now make that foliage that's out further from the sparse. It's into the sparse part of the tree. The key though is not having it too wet. So some more pigment, and then we get some of this lovely stuff in here, and we start getting some wonderful shapes. allowing the wonderful pigment to do its thing. Now we've got a little distant mountain back here, and I got this thing that's gonna be in the background, but it's also gonna be pointing back to my barn, right? Then we got a nice couple little zigzags right in here. And then we've got this roof. And so under this roof, there's a nice little shade right in there. And now we've got another nice little dark little spot here. So see how more confident I am that I've taken time to play with some color, play with some shapes, and now we're building up. And I'm thinking about leaving this a little rough to start creating that foreground. We've got that other building back there. And there's this wonderful stuff coming back. And this is coming here. And this is what I love about this lovely brush is look at that tip. I don't have to grab another brush. And now I can come in here and make all this lovely rhythm, but all this other variation. So that's another lovely thing. And don't ask me which color this is, because I'm just grabbing all these wonderful blacks and grays. All right. And then we've got this nice little cross back in here, like so. And then I've got that Joseph Cool Gray. I'm going to bring that right in here, like this. And back like that. I'm making some nice little flat planal areas of our little foreground here. And then, as you all saw already, yes, let's get some lovely splatters in here. Bum, bum, bum. And let's do something over here in the back. I'm gonna take some of that orange, blue orange in here. So by changing up the luminous quality of these blacks, we can create this wonderful beauty, right? And then I'm gonna take this sprayer and just soften this little area. So this is more of a mister. I'm gonna soften those back there. Now this is already set up, and I can put some little more weighted line back in here. Not too much, because I'm not really wanting you to look there. Let's get in this tree, like so. I got that real nice hard edge. And I'm gonna come across here where, see, I can do this fun edge. That's what I love about this brush. I can make a fun little shape, and then I can drop it back in the water and get another tip again. So let's get this thing going here, like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back over to Sabine, or is there someone that's been painting with us?
Or maybe we ask if there's anyone here who has something to share, artwork or swatch. I see Anna. Anything from you, Belle? Okay.
Nothing in the grays.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Anna looks like, okay, go ahead, Anna.
So I'm still with the monochrome thing, and I'm doing Lunar Black. And this is, let's see, it's all Lunar Black. And the reason I'm doing it, it's from this photo that I was taken on my bike. And so it's with film and it's grainy. So I thought how appropriate to do it with Lunar Black because of the grainness. And I think Lunar Black must be like the most granulating pigment. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so I just thought, and it's amazing. This I don't know if you can see how much granulation there is. It
Anna,
is
did you
hard
do
to
that today?
control. It as you can see, very hard in different places. But it's directly. I didn't sketch on a pencil, so it's just practicing and
Did
experimenting.
you do that today, Anna? Did you do that today?
Yeah, just now. Yeah, I'm still.
Wow.
And I don't know if everybody, but I'm sure Buffy and all those that like to do things, but I am just so enjoying it's so much fun to Lunar
Yes.
Black. It's just it's amazing. It's mesmerizing. I'm just loving it. So thank you for doing this pigment. It's fabulous.
Yes, sometimes our palettes, the way the color settles can be a work of art in itself, huh?
That's right. And
true.
it's, like you put it here and it goes like boom,
Yeah.
and it's so much fun. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I think when we started our Thursday live session, it wasn't like really carefully planned to go this way. It turned out John and Catherine wanted it. It turned out the best because we get everybody relaxed and comfortable with whatever swatches or whatever output you want to do. And we noticed that many artists, not just our BAs, the brand ambassadors, but our guest artists, are moving towards on the spot painting or on the spot swatching. So that's really something special. Came out Thursday live.
It's like painting along with everybody.
Yeah.
Anna.
Yeah, thank you.
Never underestimate the importance of swatching. You get to know the colors so much better by seeing them and playing with them, as opposed to putting them in a painting where you're thinking about the painting, not about the color necessarily.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Caroline, that is so true.
Yes. Thank you, Caroline.
And I'm just curious, for those who just entered the room, we have in our midst Brenda too. And we know that Brenda has beautiful pieces. She's done a lot of blogs for us. Meditative painting is one of her strengths. And I'm just curious whether there's anything that Brenda would like to share about our painting color family today or the exercise that we did today. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello. I absolutely adore Lunar Black, and people probably don't think because of the paintings that I do that I'm really that attracted to Lunar Black, but I am. One of the reasons I love it is that it's one pigment color and it's transparent. And so any color that I mix it with, it doesn't change the color. It just creates this wonderful kind of granulation. And I love, it can take a passage of an area in the background that can be very boring. And all of a sudden, because of the granulation, it changes it, makes it very exciting. So I use it a lot. And if you just take Lunar Black and you mix it like with green gold, you can get just this wonderful kind of twinkling feeling of trees in the distance. It just creates this granulation that it's almost like an aspen as it's just starting to turn into fall. You just get some really cool textures. I just grabbed this out of the cupboard. I don't know if you can, how well you'll be able to see it, but you can see the black there in the background. That's Lunar Black mixed with phthalo blue. And it just creates, so you've got a big passage of area, but all of a sudden it's very lively because of, it's a transparent black. And my understanding with it is, as somebody was just showing on the palette, how exciting it was on the palette by itself, is that Lunar Black actually, it granulates because it's having a magnetic reaction to itself, pushing away from itself. So it's a magnetic quality in the paint, natural pigment.
Thank you.
Beautifully.
I love Lunar
Thanks for
Black.
sharing, Brenda. Okay, so let's check on all frames together. We have, this is Buffy's progress now. This is Rick. Sabines. It's just amazing, different pieces. All done in like marathon in less than an hour, in fact. Gabriel's and
Beautiful.
Gio's. And we add Anna's. Anna's bicycle got, where is Anna's friend? There. There. Hey.
Very nice.
Awesome work.
Yep.
Also, at this point, we just want to specially mention that today is our brand ambassador, another brand ambassador, Besnick's birthday today. They say happy birthday, Besnick. He's
Happy
actually in the
birthday,
room.
Besnick. Happy birthday.
That's good.
Wow, Ethel, you are so
Hey,
magical.
Besnick.
Birthday, best.
How are you, Besnick?
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, happy.
Yeah, so I just became
Wow.
48. Oh my God.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
God, you're
What is
baby.
Baby.
Oh,
You're just
look
a
at this.
baby.
My wife and kids brought me a surprise gift.
Oh, nice.
So nice.
Oh, what
Oh
a surprise
my
for me
God.
tonight. Thank you, guys.
Sing happy birthday then,
Enjoy.
because we have a cake. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday to you. Happy birthday,
My wife, Luca, maybe not
Besnick.
every one of you
Happy
met her.
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
The best. Okay,
Enjoy,
thank you so much.
Besnick. Okay.
This is what the community is about.
Wow, what a beautiful
Celebrating
surprise I had.
milestone.
Oh, nice.
Wish you the
Well, this
best.
is my son, Dumi. I don't know.
Hello there.
I hope to meet you all in Bologna
Yay.
or
Yeah.
anywhere else. Oh, look at this.
go.
Uh-oh.
Let's
Well, thank you
celebrate all together.
everybody for joining us today. And again, special mention to our dear Besnick's birthday celebration. Tomorrow, please join us. We will have a wonderful artist, another brand ambassador, Julian Carlson from Sweden. A
Thank
date
you.
tomorrow, 10:30. It's nice to end the session today with cakes and
Yeah.
candles.
Bye.
All right,
Thank
bye,
you everyone for nice demos.
everybody. Enjoy
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Letty, you may
Bye-bye.
help stop the
See you
recording.
later.